Freedom?
By any means necessary.
Okay, brothers and sisters, I am going to call upon the chair of the Pan-African People's Parliament. She needs no introduction, but let me introduce her anyway. Yeah, I want to say this, brothers and sisters, that I was born and raised in the Pan-African community, and I can tell you this, that if there was a leader among us as young people growing up, it was Afryea Adofo, brothers and sisters, yeah? No joke business. I've held many leadership responsibilities. I was her co-chair, her vice chair, in the Pan-African Youth Organization back in the day. And if I am of any worth as an organizer in this day and age, yeah, you have the tutelage of Sister Afryea, at least in some part, to thank for that. This is a serious African woman. I want you to know that, yeah? A serious African woman with many skills and many gifts, and most importantly, a sincere and deep love for her people. So please welcome Sister Afryea Adofo.
Oh, Tafazwa, give thanks. Me love you. Greetings, family. Sister Afryea here. For those who don't know, I am a mother of two beautiful children, Rise Up Amara and Kari downstairs. I am the chairperson of the Pan-African People's Parliament. I am the business manager of the Afryea Bantu Saturday School, and I am an entrepreneur. I'd like to rise up my sister, but she is working diligently downstairs, Eshe. And not just a sister, but my biological sister. Family, often we talk about community and nationhood, and we don't have good relationships with our family members. You cannot have a brother or a sister external from your family setting. Now, my dad, one of my heroes, because we're obviously celebrating Black Manhood today, so we couldn't mention him. I couldn't come on this stage without mentioning him, and he talks about the importance of differentiating the general from the specific. So I made the general point that we must love on each other in our families. It's important. But the specific point is that obviously if that individual in your family has violated something, then obviously we have to cut those genetic ties immediately. We're not just here to love, we love in principle. But coming back to Eshe, my younger sister, she is 3 years my junior, explained that the plantation was not for us and that we had a duty and a responsibility to demonstrate to those that are coming directly below us for us to create something. And so EA Jigsaw Care was birthed in 2019, and in this journey, we've been able to acquire 7 properties, 3 of which we own, 4 of which we have corporate lets. So we give thanks for Eshe's vision. We give thanks for Eshe's foresight. So that's who you're speaking to this afternoon. And I think it's important that we introduce ourselves to family. So the topic at hand is around Malcolm X. Firstly, to honor him, but also from the Pan-African People's Parliament perspective, to launch our building initiative. And I want to talk to my sisters, because every time I come up here, I have to rep for us. And some of the things that I was thinking about is, could you imagine, maybe we should just close our eyes just for a couple of seconds. Could you imagine being in a relationship with Malcolm X? And people might be saying, this girl's gone too far. But this is what came to mind. Or could you envisage, this is my daughter, Rise Up Amara. Could you imagine working alongside Malcolm X? And one of the things that comes to mind when we're thinking about Malcolm X is that he represented one of the finest examples of Black manhood. And when we say finest, we knew that when we were in his company, he was a man with a plan. And we know as sisters how attractive that is, to know that we are going to a destination and it's leading somewhere. And he had that blueprint step by step. Because when we think about Malcolm, we know that this is a man that was uncompromising. This is a man that was unwavering, unapologetic. This was a black man that personified backbone, which is lacking in this time. And so when we sometimes downplay ourselves and say, why do we keep talking about our heroes and sheroes? I wonder if we were talking about them as much as we should have, whether now we would have a debate whether a man is a woman or a woman is a man. I wonder if we would be having the discussion as sisters whether we need our men. We see on the internet, day in, day out, black women saying that we don't need our men anymore. Where is this coming from? And equally, our men are saying that they don't need us. We are nothing without each other. And that's why we love Malcolm, because he represented manhood. So we could never be having these kind of foolish, futile conversations, because he was the standard. And not only a standard for us as women to adore, but for our men to be inspired by. And so that's why we love Malcolm, brothers and sisters. We love him for his example. We love him for his legacy. But can I also remind us that the man was 39? Brothers and sisters, I'm 40 years old. 40. And I can humbly say I haven't done a fraction of what that man did. But what it does remind us, in that short period of time, wonders can happen. So to the topic at hand, which is around the building fund. Brothers and sisters, one of the things that we have spoken about at length is for us to have a base. And my father Minka comes to mind again, because he talks about one of the roles of a parent is to ensure that that child becomes independent. And what has this got to do with the fact that we need a community space? One of the tenets of being independent is that you can maintain and have a home or a roof over your head. Where is our collective roof? Yesterday, members of the Pan-African People's Parliament, we went down to Croydon, 38 Pitt Lake Street specifically. And we identified a building which had probably a main hall, half of this size, another 3 rooms to facilitate sessions and events, 3 offices and 2 toilets. Who would like to guess how much that building costs? 1 million. It's higher than that. Go again. 3.5? 2. No, lower than 2.5. 1.7. Okay. A very humble building, but we would need to raise £1.7 million to own it. But you know what was interesting about going to see that place yesterday, brothers and sisters? Okay, I need you to sit down. Go sit down. Thank you. One of the things that was interesting about that is that adjacent to the building was a school. Owned by who? The Asians. Opposite that school is a whole community building. Check them out, Al-Qadir's. And opposite that, they have their TV channel. And we, in 2025, are still fumbling around trying to find a building. 1, we know the corruption and the pollution that's going out in society, brothers and sisters. We need a safe space, and we need it immediately. Brothers and sisters, we've been talking about our school. We've got our Saturday schools, but we need something to facilitate full-time education services. And so I am asking, I am pleading that the time, if we really love and honor Malcolm X, like we say that we do, we have to make good of our word. One of the things that I was thinking about in my childhood, and I love our elders, not just my parents, but Uncle Piem, Uncle Kweku, all of the elders, Auntie Malcolm, that nurtured and put into me, is that generation gave us knowledge of self. We never walked into spaces with our heads down or was wondering what was going on with our hair or our complexion. None of those things even entered our minds. But we're moving now into a new paradigm, brothers and sisters, where the knowledge of self, as important as it is, it has to be tangible. Otherwise, we're going to lose our generation. They are interested in seeing and feeling what we are talking about. And a good start, not the solution, but a good start is for us to have a base to say that we care, we have dignity, we have pride, and more importantly, we have ownership. This is the era of ownership. And I'm imploring my community to come up to me personally after. If you're a tradesman, a tradeswoman, if you have that financial knack, if you know about fundraising, for us to do this, it is a must. Otherwise, we would be dishonouring Malcolm. We'll be dishonouring our ancestors. What was the point of the struggle, the blood, the sweat, for us to be acting so mediocre? It's 2025 now. 2025 for us to really get busy in nationhood. And nationhood isn't some fanciful word. It's real, it's tangible, and it starts with our building. Give thanks, brothers and sisters.